going on, family? How y'all doing out there? This is episode 35 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. What's Good himself, Israel.
What's good? Welcome to another podcast.
And we got a doctor in the house because we got Luke in the building.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good to see you all. Another week. Good to see everybody.
Man, what is going on, y'all? How y'all weekend, fellas?
You want to start this off here?
Yeah, my weekend. It's been a good weekend. Uh, did a little window shopping. Probably Friday. Did a little window shopping outside. I did some grocery shopping. Got to hang with some friends or some biker people. Work on Saturday. I was one of the few that was actually working on Saturday. I guess everybody else is like skip it. And Sunday, I don't know. No, Saturday I actually went shopping. I bought some stuff, found some deals, and got me some old jeans. Stay stylish, stay fly for the low. And then what else? Saturday was kind of a busy day. I went to a semi-pro wrestling match. Yeah, one of the guys, he do like WWE wrestling or something, but it's like WWE, but it's semi-pro. So that was real interesting, and yeah, it was a lituation seeing that. And then yeah, today I've been chilling. Had the day off. I've been chilling, sleeping, chilling in the crib, reading, and scheduling some stuff out for social media stuff and just life business stuff.
Good.
And
That's
here
what's
we
up.
are. Yeah, how y'all week, man? Weekend leading up to it.
Shoot, man, you've been busy, bro. I mean, I guess I'll go next. Shout out to
Oh
the
yeah.
subscribers as well that say they've been looking forward to this. We've been looking forward to this as well. Yeah, I had a great week. Like the subscriber said, I've been looking forward to this. Creating content, feeling good. Y'all remember, like I said, we're going crazy this year. So I've been excited and good spirits. Things come and go throughout the week between Monday and Monday when we do this, but you know, and trouble don't last our way, as a good brother said earlier today. So I just been going day by day, being grateful. I've been looking forward to this podcast. It's a lot going on in the world, but my week been great. It really has been, and I just like I say, I'm looking forward to another day. See what's up, y'all? What's up, family? Everybody coming on in. What's up? What's
What's
up? So,
good? Yeah.
how was your week, bro? As the people come in.
What's going on, Prophet?
No.
Let me see the
Yeah.
chat. I can't see the chat. Oh, there we go. I can see the chat.
What's up?
You can
What's
see the
up,
chat.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
family.
my week has been good. Been working and doing all the things that I need to do. Trying to get it in. You feel me?
Yeah.
Um, been working. But off the top, I want to share some good news, family, that is coming up, and that is going to be on Saturday, February the 22nd. Okay. Our own Queen Sarah will be in a book signing event on February 22nd, uh, this year, 2025, from 3 to 7 p.m. at 700 West 119th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60628. So make sure you all come by and support. I should be in the building, family. She
Yeah.
has got a brand new children's book that is entitled Prince and Princess Adventures, My Faith and Family. Okay? So make sure y'all come and support the queen. Get a copy, tell somebody, because I will be continuously promoting this until the day of. So y'all check that out. So that's what I've been doing, been working. Told y'all that we had just wrapped up public, like I think, what, maybe a month ago or so. So two 2/22, 2025.
2/22. That's a lucky date right there.
Is she, Queen Sarah B, she kind of trying to get into them numbers too now. She said, I want to do it profit on, can we do it on the 22nd? I said, hey, come on with it.
Yeah.
Come
That's
on
great.
with it. So yeah, we gonna be got some more projects that's definitely gonna be coming out as the year rolls out. This year we going to another level. So
Yes, sir. Indeed we are.
these books.
Indeed
Prophet
we are.
Timothy, we've been waiting on you, man, for the longest time. You said you want to hit us up a couple weeks ago, brother. We've been waiting on you. So hopefully you enjoy the show today.
Absolutely.
Um, all right, family. So let's start off just real quick. I'm a little upset because my NFL predictions of who is gonna go to the Super Bowl is not who's going anymore. So I'm in my feelings a little bit. The Ravens lost a nail biter at the last minute, last second, actually the last play of the game that eliminated them for going to the Super Bowl. And the Lions, who would have thought that the Lions was going to lose to the rookie quarterback? And the Washington Commanders, they are storming along very well. I don't really got nothing much to say, but Israel, you was right. The Bills won, but it was because of a drop pass.
A drop pass. Hey, they didn't want it. That's why they dropped it. They didn't want it that bad.
I don't know. I'm very shocked because I thought this was going to be the year that, other than the MVP, I thought that Lamar Jackson was going to prove himself for why he is an MVP. That's what I thought was going to happen, but I was wrong, and that's crazy.
Seemed like he choked under pressure.
Washington going to the Super Bowl, a rookie? I don't think so. I don't think so. Prophet. I think that he gonna go ahead and take that L. I don't know, but so we got some matchups next week that's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs also cheated. And in other news, the Kansas City Chiefs also cheated, and they won their game. Yeah, the referees was just calling anything. I don't know if you heard about that, but
yeah, it get to a point in these games of referees, they either got paid off or they probably tired of it, so they just calling stuff. So that's how that be. We see it happen in basketball all the time. They either call everything, don't call nothing, and let stuff fly so the game to keep rolling, or maybe they got paid under the table, and it shows.
Make you feel like it's a script sometimes, don't it?
Absolutely.
The Knicks just beat the Hawks 119 to 110.
Ah, ah, ah. Hawks, y'all was doing good. It's okay. I had the Hawks for that one, but it's crazy because I had the Hawks at +9, so it's a push. It's like it's no win or it's no loss. Like if they would have lost by one less point, I would have actually like been able to cash on that one. So it's all good. I'm not tripping. It is what it is. That's how the game go. They should have won that game.
Oh my God.
Should have
The
won that game.
Warriors got blew out by the Celtics 125 to 85.
Mm-hmm. I'm not too
Dang, that's
surprised.
crazy.
I did not have anything on that game, I am. That is indeed insane. I think the spread for that was like only 12. They only had to win by 12, but the for them to win by that much is, I mean,
Oh man.
if you well let's you said the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be
Warriors
real.
got blew out. It was horrible.
But I mean, let's be real. They roster them is like banged up. They banged up bad. I don't even think.
Damn, 125 to 85.
Yeah, Golden
That's
State.
four.
I mean,
That's a 40 piece.
and if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think Curry was in this one, right? Most of they roster, this was like almost like a bench game. I ain't
That's
really too
crazy.
surprised. I ain't think it was gonna be that bad. Yeah,
That's
but yeah,
crazy.
I didn't cash to their family like how I wanted to. Uh, I just broke even, but I'm grateful. I really felt like the Hawks should have won that game. They had a really good opportunity. I'm gonna see what happened. Solomon and I was looking at it earlier during the first half, and they was a hit. I don't know what happened. Something fell apart between the third and the fourth quarter, but that's some real live reaction right there because I had no clue. I just was gonna leave it alone, come back to it later, and look at the game and see what it was. But hey, it is what it is. Shout out to the Hawks. Y'all been playing a lot better this season though. Can't even get that mad at you all. Y'all definitely came and cashed in for a profit with that last game against Boston where they went OT. Blessings to you. Uh, so I guess that's my little snippet of NBA and NFL. Lord have mercy.
Well, I was gonna say, so the people who gonna play next week is going to be the Commanders versus the Eagles. Prophet Timothy already said that he got the Commanders going all the way. Oh, hey, Grandma.
Oh, we
What's
got
going on?
there.
Hey.
Whole fam in here. Prophet Timothy going with the Commanders. I might have to rock with.
Yeah.
I might have to rock with the Prophet on that
And
one.
then you got the Bills versus the Chiefs, and we already know Israel. I think your Bills is going down this time because they got to play the Chiefs and the refs.
You said the Chiefs and the refs.
Yeah, they
I don't know. It'll be a tough game.
If y'all had to take
um,
on that one, well, I mean, who would you take on that one, Solomon? Between that game, who would you take?
the Commanders and the Eagles,
The game with
the
the
Chiefs and the
Chiefs.
Bills.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs because they're gonna cheat.
If it wasn't in that situation, would you still take the Chiefs?
Yes, I'll still take the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes. He does
Okay.
things that's very incredible.
Indeed, he does. Okay.
That's very NFL Madden like. That's very video game. So
Right. Right. Right.
so yeah, both my teams is out. So my bold prediction has been proven to be incorrect, and so now we're gonna have some more teams that's going to the Super Bowl. We're still keeping an eye on that. Fellas, another thing that we need to keep an eye on, and that is, of course, we're going to talk about TikTok. They banned TikTok for like 3 seconds. I don't know what's
Right.
going on with that, Israel. What you thought about that whole
Man, I
situation?
mean, I'm indifferent because I ain't get to the point of making money from it. So, I mean, people got better things to worry about than an app. But as far as for those that are addicted to scrolling and watching and wasting time, but apparently it got deleted or it got banned. So when you went there, I don't know how you. I'm gonna send you the you. Would you be able to put up the picture? I don't know how to
Which
put
one?
up the picture. So it's a picture. I took a snapshot of what it said when I was trying to go there, and it was saying app not available. What did it say? I'm gonna go to it. Give me a second. So it was saying like the app wasn't available for you to go to, and that the U.S. Give me a sec. All right, I'm gonna read it verbatim. So it was saying a law banning TikTok enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. It was a big white it was like a white message that came up, and we are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. So it was down like yesterday or the 19th. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And
It was
then
actually like the 18th.
like the 18th, yeah, they said they did it early, and it was a whole bunch of videos on that on like how they shut it down and then brought it back. But the thing is, I deleted mine because I'm like, all right, it ain't working now, so let me delete this space then. And then all of a sudden the next day, oh, TikTok's back up and all this stuff. Then I go back to it, and then you go in the app store and it says app not available. This app is currently not available in your country or region. So if you delete it off your phone, you won't be able to get it back. But unless they change that, so I'm SOL out of my TikTok and my TikTok videos. So yeah. But to those people who did, it was people really out here crying over that. It's crazy. Seen videos of people crying on TikTok, well, on Facebook about TikTok had the TikTok funeral. Did
Oh
you
my
see the
God.
TikTok funeral?
I did see
Yeah.
that. And the people that was
Yeah.
crying over TikTok, I believe they have a mental illness. Y'all need to go get checked out. Okay. It is social media. All right. Y'all do not need to completely put y'all lives centered around social media and being distracted. I seen somebody put on Facebook the other day that TikTok can become a distraction from the real work that you need to be doing every day. So do not put your whole existence and free time around social media. TikTok went down. So what? We knew that it was going to come back. I actually had put something on Facebook myself about the whole situation. Um, and basically, I just stated, that, and this is just my thoughts, TikTok being gone could symbolize, and this is what I wrote, TikTok being gone could symbolize time being up. Um, TikTok is the sound of what a clock makes, right? So, but
Right.
Trump may bring TikTok back because the government wants to control the information that Americans are receiving from TikTok. So it's really just about censorship. What do America want you to actually be involved in and see? Yeah, yesterday was a shame. It was crazy. They was making all types of statuses. Like you say, it was making, they was having fun, putting a whole little, funeral, fake funeral together and stuff, the death
Yeah.
of a social site. But at the end of the day, um, we have to understand that if we don't own this stuff, like this space that we are allowing ourselves to even talk through, we don't own none of these things. Like if you want something that can totally be yours, you have to create it. You have to create it. And the only way you're going to create it is by not always using somebody else's stuff.
That part.
You get that? Like these people was able to create TikTok, MySpace, Facebook, all of these social sites because they wasn't on a social site making it. You get, if you understand what I'm telling you, they took time away from scrolling, doom scrolling, because that's a thing now, and they actually started working their hands. You got to actually do something,
You gotta use your
and
mind. Use your
yeah,
mind, Craig.
use your mind, and all of and your hands, and make sure that you create these things. So yeah, the people who were really sad about it, y'all delusion now, not delusional, y'all delusion now, and y'all
Delusion.
need to go see somebody.
Well, what is Luke take on all of this? I'm gonna play devil's advocate today. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna make some people mad. Okay. All right. So I agree with both with what Solomon and Israel is saying to a certain extent. But then again, let's look at the facts of the situation. TikTok is a Chinese ran company, ran and owned. Now, if you look at what China allows their TikTok users to do, it's drastically different than what America does, which would make sense. We have more freedoms, more rights. We have more opportunities to express ourselves in the way that we prefer, which is all good. But what I think ended up happening in the narrative that was pushed in order for this ban to go all the way is the irresponsibility of the people in America when it came to such a freedom with a platform. So if you look at what China was allowing, they had certain videos, and it couldn't get too wild, it couldn't get too X-rated. It had to be modest. Our stuff get crazy, okay? Like we know it get crazy on there. People trying, like, women be trying to catch hot dogs in their mouth and stuff. Like, come on, bro. Like, what? So I'm a little torn between the issue because a part of me, I do hear the freedom side of it. Of we are supposed to be able to express ourselves in the way that we want to. But I think in order to get that type of freedom and that type of rights, it comes with a certain level of responsibility and accountability. So the question is it up to the government to really decide that? Absolutely, I do not think it's up to the government to decide that. But the people got to take a little bit of responsibility on this whole situation, on why the fact they was even able to get it passed in the first place. Once you begin to show certain things that are just like, wow, you're giving reasoning for these people to say, okay, I'm gonna come take it away. Now we can say that it's an underlying reason. It probably is something else, but at the end of the day, that was what was pushed to the media when it came to this whole thing before they ever ruled on the ban or not. The main subject was the immorality and of course the information hacking that China can have. I don't even think it was so much that, but they used the immorality side to gather up and to kind of gather the people along with agreeing to ban TikTok. So it's like, to me, it's a double-edged sword. All I think that's really gonna happen if the site is banned for real, like Solomon said, there's gonna be an American one that's created. The question is going to be, in my mind, is who is going to take that opportunity. We do know Kevin O'Reilly was trying to buy TikTok. I'm not sure if that deal fell through. It's probably still working, but it to me seems like it's going to be one of them situations. It's going to become an American-owned company, and or there's going to become it's going to become a Pepsi and a Coca-Cola situation. For what was TikTok, there'll be something that's new,
Right.
and
It'll
then
be the same thing, but it's
same
different.
thing. And I'm not too mad at it, brothers. Let me tell you why. It's just like with the coin with Trump. I'm not mad at what happens. I'm only mad when I miss the train. If it's a money train gonna come from somebody else creating a new TikTok, I'm hopping on board. Why? Because we have seen that media is a proven source to get information out. So that's why I'm not too upset. There's really, I mean, the only benefit you can really get out of TikTok is being monetized. And I gotta give TikTok this. They are the most easiest platform to get monetized on. So I can kind of feel some of the people's pain with that. If they did get heavily into the content creation, it is what it is. You got to rock and go with the way that this world is. But I see it being something else coming up soon. What you got right there?
Well, actually, I mean, it's other. Oh, what's
It's
that?
our TikTok. Yeah, follow us on
Oh,
TikTok,
the
family.
TikTok,
We on
it's up
now.
there. So is that?
Follow
All
the
right.
follow the Pharaohs Podcast on TikTok.
Well, they got
Absolutely.
some other apps out. Like they had one that I downloaded. It was called Fanbase, and that's also on. It's up in the app store and stuff. It's a black-owned app by a dude who made it in. I think he actually made it down here in Atlanta. And at one point, he was having people like put money in to, like, I guess some type of gender. It was like some type of investment where he was asking for the money to invest in, and then I think that was way back in October, sometime a couple of years ago, a couple of years back. But that's another app people could check out, fan base, and they got some stuff where you could get paid to post and paid to do your social media on there too. But it's still working out the kinks and everything.
Yeah, fan base. I heard the fan base. They starting to get out there.
Yeah,
Um, we got a few of them nowadays. So I understand TikTok being gone is gonna be a hit for some people though. That's gonna be a hit. Like Solomon said, psychologically, it's gonna throw them off a little bit. But
right.
if you're really not making money from it, you either a customer or you the person that's owning the business, or you the person that's really making the revenue from it. So
That's
I
right.
think the people that are customers should not be that upset. Like
Right.
there's gonna be something else created for you to take time out your day, because there's just gonna be people that do this. They gonna scroll, they gonna doom scroll, they gonna hit that ad, they gonna buy. I'm a little different. That's why I say I'm probably devil's advocate. I don't really mind. It is what it is. People gonna do what they want to do. I
Right.
agree with Solomon and Israel though. It do need to be a level of not allowing it to keep you from doing what you need to do throughout the day and stay focused on your purpose. So
Yeah. So like I say, like it went down just for a second. It wasn't down for a long time at all. So everybody that was like, oh my God, what we're gonna do about a social site that don't, I mean, come on now, it's here to really distract you. Like I say, it's China made. It's made in China. It's not even produced by the United States. So of course they were talking about banning it because China didn't want to sell it.
Right.
mhm.
They didn't want to sell it to America, and there was somebody who actually wanted to buy it for $20 billion, and they still got told no. It's about the information, so let's go deeper into it. Of course, this is the Pharaohs Podcast, so we're gonna go deeper into it.
Break it down.
The U.S. government said that they wanted to get rid of TikTok because it was supposedly stealing information, getting information from your algorithm to what you like, to what you see, and your personal info, right? This is what they said China is doing with TikTok. So America wanted to buy it from China so they can actually use it for the algorithm and get some of your information online. And we're going to talk about the real behind a sale or somebody trying to take something away from somebody. Okay. They wanted TikTok, they wanted to ban it because they didn't have full control over it. They didn't have full control over the app. And so now that they are, Trump say, like I had said on my Facebook side, Trump already said he was gonna go ahead and let it go. He was gonna let it go through. He was gonna say, well, I mean, for what? We are learning, and that's another thing too. We are learning a whole bunch of different things from TikTok. People are learning how to cook. People are learning more information. We be dropping information on there, so check us out on TikTok as well. So like people are learning different things also that is awakening more people here in the United States of America. That's why we need to travel. People got to travel. There's things that in other countries that is not allowed in that country, but they allow it here in America. Certain foods, certain different things that is allowed in their country is not allowed in their country, but it's allowed here in America. So y'all people got to really, wisen up, get bright about what's going on in the world around you.
Yeah, that's why I think you said it right. I think it's a data grab. If you get the data, you get the sales. I can see the government trying to control it, but then I always ask myself, well, what's the purpose? Why do you need people data? Well, it's only really one thing. Yeah, you can know everything that they're doing and know all of this. Nobody cares like that. I don't think they care that much. What they care about is the pattern of shopping. Shopping runs markets. That's why everything say made in China. If you can master what people do on an algorithm level to what they need and what they're willing to buy, you master the market. And I think there is some kind of conspiracy with that. Like if you think about it, if the government gets all of this data, shopping data, algorithm data, you get an idea, you ready for the fourth quarter again. What happens in the fourth quarter? Thanksgiving, Christmas. Then we just have a whole episode about this. These people are getting prepared for the fourth quarter. We're in the first quarter. They got prepared for the first quarter last first quarter. I'm not surprised that this is happening right now. It will be a very bad thing for this to happen in the middle of spending time. Spending time is during the cold seasons, October, November, December. This is why I'm like, I think that's really what it's about. You got to get that information. By summertime, the factories are going to know which product to start making and which products to ease off on. It's a whole market that's created from this. Certain stocks are going to go up. Certain businesses are going to be invested into more. Why? Because there's more information on what the people like. And if China has been holding all of this information, that would be a reasonable situation on why I see the government is trying to take over TikTok. All that data, all that millions and millions and millions and millions of people data, Americans data, data, data. What do they buy? What do they want? When do they want it? Why do they want it? Where are they emotionally going? It's all about money, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Right. And with that information, with your data, even getting email addresses, what can they do with that? They could target you to sell things and yeah, target you for everything. But
It's
that's what they
crazy.
want, the data, so they know what to produce, what not to produce, what they need more and less of.
Fellas, you know how they say in the Coptic faith, uh, I mean, pretty sure that a lot of churches also say the same thing. That faith comes from hearing, and so thinking about just that saying and how the importance of like what we actually put in our everyday life. Um, they say like you can't ever unsee or unhear something. It's going to go into your subconscious. You might forget, consciously, but in your subconscious, you're never going to forget. Um, you're never going to unsee or unhear something. So, with that being said, this whole data thing and TikTok just always in our trying to figure us out as people. How dangerous is this actually being said? Because the government really just told us without telling us they be looking at y'all information and we kind of just want it, but so we can continue to do the same thing. How dangerous is that?
I would say for me, I think it's as dangerous as the person is valuable to whatever the information is. So, of course, we know the most important thing to all average American citizens is their social security number. That is the one thing that we all have in common. If you were born here, your social security number is your ID card for your financial portfolio. It determines what you can get, what you can't get, what you're approved of, what you're not approved of, what rooms you can get in, what licenses you can do. It all starts with those numbers. And to me, if there's anything they're trying to get to, it's the control and understanding of that. Those numbers usually create an identity. And again, we talked about it earlier. What do you buy? What are you willing to invest in into the future? What are the people going to buy more into in the next 20 years and what they not going to buy into? To me, it can be a little dangerous because yeah, you're playing a game, but we always been in this game. Baba Dick Gregory said something one time. He said, once you put the glasses on, the problem is you never get a chance. You can't take them off no more. So we've come to realize we've been in this game for a long time. Since the inception of the America, we've been in this game. What's different now is we're not just pawns. We didn't kind of elevate it to bishops and we castles now. We able to make a few more different moves, but we begin to understand this is a harsh game we playing. It's not child's play when you're talking about nation building and nation sustain and substantiation. That's when it goes into a whole nother level. And then you start seeing where you play. I think the best thing we can do, because I do think it's a dangerous game, but I think the best thing we can do is figure out where we at on the board and what moves need to be made next. Because I don't see us being able to wipe the game out. Not right now. Not the way that they're going with all these different people that's getting going in, and we just had inauguration. It's gonna get interesting, fellas. What about you, Israel? What you think?
It's gonna get real interesting, that's for sure. Like they I feel like the move to ban TikTok was to see the power that they had, or how to get the reaction from the people, especially around now. And then for Trump to have like the syndrome, where they're like, oh yeah, they took it down, but now that I'm here, it's back up. But Trump was the main one trying to get it banned. For a minute, he was the main one trying to get it banned, saying he was gonna ban TikTok, this, that, the third. But I guess somebody probably got in his ear about banning it and why not, or something like that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. That information is real dangerous. You can do a lot with it if you know what to do with it. But yeah,
Well, I want to talk about before we get to the inauguration of President Trump. This is also another day of someone that has been down in history since 1968. Has been some people call it trailblazer, some people won't. But today is Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. Um, his birthday is actually January the 15th, but today is his national federal holiday of recognition of this man. And fellas, actually I have something here that came from his daughter uh, about Martin Luther King Day. So it was a service held at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. Was among the most prominent commemorations of King planned across the country today. It also included 7 people at the front of the stage holding large signs proclaiming justice, freedom, and democracy. Now, his daughter, Reverend Bernice King, says, "We are living in a time when anti-woke rhetoric has become a weapon to divide us and distract us from the real issues of injustice. To be woke is to be aware of oppression and commitment to justice." Participants at the annual service rose to their feet as she warned those who would strip away the civil rights, saying, "We will not go back." Fellas, let's talk about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for just a quick second.
I want to start this one.
I said go ahead.
Me? Oh man. All right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna make some people mad. I hate making the people mad. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. All right. First off, I'm gonna do it right. Honor. Always. I'm always gonna give honor. Got to give honor to the brother. Hard working black man. Also honor to his wife for being able to pull off something like that. Pulling off a national holiday, that ain't an easy thing. So I'm always gonna give shout outs to that because one thing we've known and we all know we call this the Pharaohs Podcast for a reason. The way you stay alive in this world, your name got to be constantly spoken out. That's just how it works. It's how it works in this realm. You got to be able to keep that honor going. So for her to be able to pull that off, I think it's very powerful. Um, I agree. I've always admired the work ethic from his whole family. His whole family has a very hard work ethic. I don't agree with everything that they say. I don't agree with everything anybody says. But I've always admired the ability to stand forth and stand for something that you believe in, even when people are telling you what they're gonna do to you. Because people come with threats and all that. Um, I've always been a little back and forth. I always knew the story, and like in high school, they would teach us about Martin Luther King, and then they'll teach us about Malcolm X. I don't know what they was trying to do in high school, if they was trying to if they was trying to get us to war against each other or what. But we was always able to understand the different sides of it. I never agreed so much with the. I don't mind doing business with other people. Let me make sure I make this very clear. But something that one of my mentors taught me is you have to be prepared for all consequences from good decisions and bad decisions, from well-meaning decisions and maybe things you didn't think about so well. So let's say with us integrating and being able to shop and do business together, and like you say, we got the same water fountain and all that. I believe that the mindset of what they wanted at the time was very pure. Unfortunately, there is a repercussion that comes with that. And now we're starting to see what that is. What do I mean by that? What you mean by that, Luke? I'm glad you asked. We look at the business structure now as far as how we do business as far as black people. We went from being our main each other being the main customers to now where you very rarely get any support from your community at all. So there is a consequence that comes with the integration of business like that. I don't think their ideas were wrong. I just think the way it was articulated and accepted by the people who were listening could have been held a little bit more responsible. Meaning this, and I'm gonna sum this up and pass this on to my brothers. Before you go to Starbucks, you should go and patronize that mom and pop's coffee shop down the street that's owned by Aunt Franny and Uncle Frank, right? That is how you really build up a community of people who are usually in the smaller number. By us being black people, we're quote unquote smaller number in the country. We can't abandon that concept and say, oh, well, I just like Starbucks because I like Starbucks. We are not in that position to do that. We have to support the people who make their own clothes, the people who make jewelry, the people who got their own little coffee shop. Because when they go out to get that loan from the bank, the first people they looking to support them is the black community. And with MLK, I think it could have been a thing to where he expressed that a little bit more and letting his people know, like, don't get it twisted. I don't want you all to feel as if you have to be accepted into the Macy's outlet. The Macy's outlet is just as good as the outlet down the street that's built by your brother and sister. If anything, you should admire your brothers and sisters more than you admire the Macy's outlet, because the goal is eventually to get your brother and sister to be as big or if not bigger than Macy's. It's still competition. So I just think it should have been a little bit more balanced with that, but that takes nothing away from the hard work, dedication that him and the ancestors put in. They weren't no punks. I personally feel like they had a little bit more huevos than some of us do nowadays, because they was marching and walking and talking. They didn't care what nobody said or what anybody had to say about it. Like Solomon said earlier, nowadays people TikToks get banned and they go crazy. But our ancestors was built a little different. They was some tough people. So that's my take on it. Shout out to the ancestors. Take it over to my brothers.
Hey, Israel, that video you just sent
Yeah,
is
we got you
hilarious.
gotta put that up too. So it was my thoughts, man, I commemorate those that have come before us, Martin Luther King, and what's good? What's good, Empress Queen, one of them. But Martin Luther King, my thoughts on that with yeah, gotta commemorate those from back in the day with that type of standpoint when they would march and they would do things and then things would happen. Sometimes I wonder like what would it be like if they actually let some of our some of those that stood at the forefront, if they lived out through the length of their lifespan, like lived to be like 60, 70. And I'm glad that now it seems like people are starting to play other parts of his speech, the I Have a Dream speech, or some of the other speeches, because at first it was like all I would hear is the same speech. And I'm like, I know he been around. Martin Luther King then went to different churches or different meetings and different business events or whatever, or different services. I'm like, ain't nobody else have the other stuff that he was talking about, or some of his other standpoint, because at first, he wanted integration and things of that nature, and then there was actually a video or a speech that was saying there was probably one of the worst ideas that he could have had for how you doing for his people was kind of to integrate,
Yep.
and that's because it was like once we
Hello.
started integrating, we took away from our own people. We was happy, we accepted by them, and then it's like we just forgot our own people, and that's kind of what we do now, or people do now, forget our own people. And with Martin Luther King, you got to play that video, Solomon. So there was on. I ain't watched the whole inauguration today, but there was a man, a pastor apparently, supposed to be praying, but he went through Martin Luther King's speech like yeah, I'm like, dude, that's the classic. You should have just left his speech alone and just do your prayer. But yeah, that pastor got the nerve. But
I gotta pull it up.
yeah, if you could pull that up when we talk about the inauguration. I ain't watch it all, so disclaimer, I ain't watched the whole inaugurational process and things of that nature. But we need more people that have dreams and make things happen. You know, it used to be pray and go do, dream and go do. We just need to do because a lot of people having dreams, a lot of people talking, but they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing it these days.
So I'm gonna say now I'm gonna make the people mad. It's my turn. It's my turn to make everybody mad. Okay. So I'm gonna, of course, give the reverence and honor to Dr. Martin Luther King and what he represented during the time of the civil rights movement, how his assassination played out, of the significance and importance of what Black excellence looks like. A man who had a purpose of his own and executed a plan that he believed that was God given to him. And so he did that with his own integrity and the way he thought the mission should have went. Now, all of the peace stuff was cool in certain points and certain, times, right? But he also, right before he got assassinated, he woke up and smelt the coffee himself. One of his last famous quotes is that he's afraid that he had integrated his people into a burning house. And he's talking about all of this togetherness with these white folk. And, it ended up getting him unalived. So I do, like I said, give the honor and respect of his work. I will not sit on a podcast and disrespect him like that because some people will get there. They'll take it there. But I'm going to say that I am very disappointed that he didn't get a chance to turn the ship around. Once he realized and woke up to what he was trying to do and he realized that it wasn't working and these people or the adversary was not agreeing with his mission, I am very disappointed he did not get a chance to turn his things around. But now, this is where I'm gonna make people mad. I want us to have a Malcolm X Day, and I need this to be federal as well. People should be out of school for this too. And here's why. You can't get me on one side of the spectrum a peaceful Black man and saying he's so right and he's all this righteousness and all this stuff. But then you can't give me a Black man who was willing to go to war and die for his people. So you give me the suck. So that's why I said I don't want to get disrespectful. You give me the person. You give me the person who was like, you know what, you can slap me, beat me, and I'm gonna turn the other cheek, but you ain't gonna give me the brother that's an eye for an eye.
You got a point there. That's balance. That's balance. You gotta have one to go to war. You gotta have one
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Okay, in January, every January we have Martin Luther King Day. Then every May we should have Malcolm X Day.
When was Malcolm X's birthday?
You put me on the spot, sir.
Snap. I'll find it out. Let me see.
Is it May 19th? Is it May 19th? Hold on, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, May 19th.
May 19th. Look at that. Yes. Right before Juneteenth. Right on time. We need more Black holidays, okay? Just like they got all these colonizer holidays every month. We need Black holidays every month. We need to make them. We should do that.
Well, let's talk. Wait, hold
Black
on.
Holidays.
So let's talk about that then, real quick, fellas. Then let's ask ourselves, well, why doesn't Malcolm X have a holiday and MLK does? Because the way you are assassinated plays a big part into your history. One thing, what did the samurai warriors say? I want to die in battle. I don't want to die. I don't want to die coming out the wave at the people. I want to die with a sword in my hand. So
Man, Martin Luther King ain't dying in battle. He was sitting peacefully.
That's why I'm talking about Malcolm X. But what was Malcolm X doing? Malcolm X was speaking. He was at his speech. He was doing what he was doing. So why is it that doing what you doing, and like you said, he got that warrior mentality. That's not praised as much as the assassination of a man. Mind you, at this time, he had Jesse Jackson with him. He got all these people behind him. All these people behind him. What was it? Al Sharpton, all these people starting to come up. Everybody eating off of Martin Luther King. Everybody starting to eat. But like you said, if you listen to that last speech he gave, and if I'm not mistaken, he got a chance to meet with the minister Elijah Muhammad, which also changed a lot of his aspects and his thoughts on things. Because you got to think about it. There was always that warrior and then that peace mentality. The peace mentality was more accepted by the mainstream media because it was less intimidating. They don't like things that's intimidating. They're not going to publish it. They're not going to give you no day. They ain't going to give you no national holiday if you are intimidating to them. Now, that shows
they love betas. They love black male betas.
And that's what I'm saying. That shows you what works, because Malcolm X ended up setting the precedence for the whole black movement as far as the tough side. There wasn't really no big black movement until really you got Nation of Islam coming out, and then Malcolm X was coming out doing his thing. But it became a civilized type thing to where even men of the blue collar, this is where it becomes dangerous. When men with blue collars and ties are able to come off as a warrior or a strong type thing in America, you're in trouble. Because it's not about really what you're saying and how strong it is and how threatening it is. It's about the personification of who you are and when you're saying it. If you a bum on the street talking crazy, everybody expect the bum on the street to talk crazy. But if you a black man, you coming in there, you clean, you freshed out, and you speaking with intelligence about yourself, but you speaking with a powerful message that's not like your other brother that's saying, hey, we gonna get together and kumbaya. You like, nah, look, y'all gonna treat us right, or you gonna get back what's coming to you that you sending our way, respectfully. These people didn't know how to deal with that. They like, wait a minute, he too clean. He got on a whole suit and he coming in there using all these big syllable words, but we still feel threatened by it. I think that played a big part into why Malcolm X isn't celebrated as much as Martin Luther King. It's the way that media tries to push off it, they gonna want to push it off and spin it back to us. Remember, if you didn't get that exam right on Martin Luther King in high school, you would get an F. So the system created it to where they can test us about our own history, but they still get to choose which history they want to test us on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then also, not to cut you off, but then also, you know that they he was a Christian too. You know, so that played a big part too. His background of what his spiritual system was. I'm gonna say what they always have been saying, and that is because he wanted things to be peaceful and to lay down and let society do whatever they wanted to do to Black people, is why they felt like they should give Black people something and say, you know what? Who had the point about Malcolm X? Empress, who you talking about? Was it me or Luke? Who you talking about? But because he, like I say, because he represented that peaceful thing and not really fighting back is what I believe he was rewarded. But I like what you said though about the warrior's mentality and ending life in battle and things of that nature. Because
that'll build a different level of young men teaching us that back in middle school. That would have changed us. That would have changed us completely. But that ain't what they taught us. They actually
Hmm.
didn't introduce Malcolm X until later years of high school. I grew
Nah,
up in Georgia,
right.
so I know every school system is different. I grew up in literally the third worst school system out of the whole United States. So maybe that plays a part into it because that is what ranked Georgia is as far as the educational system. But yeah, they waited till we was in high school to even introduce Malcolm X to us
That's
as far as
crazy.
in the curriculum.
I don't know when I first learned of. I want to say I learned of him around the same time, but most likely Martin Luther King first. It was like that's who we introduced to. They introduced us him first, then Malcolm X. And apparently, what I was able to do while we was you was up there, Malcolm X Day is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually reserved on his birthday. So apparently, I guess us as a community, the black community, does not they either in out of the loop on that, doesn't know, or we just don't celebrate it as big as we should. Like Martin Luther King Day, I don't think we got that day off, which is crazy. So, um, yeah, they said used to show appreciation for Malcolm X, who was a civil rights leader and a Muslim minister, a vocal advocate for Black empowerment. But they do not. I didn't know that Malcolm X Day was a thing. They don't make it a thing. So apparently, we got to make it a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
2019.
I'm glad you just sent that to me. Yeah. They only celebrated like how you know how it's like how we got like we just talked about Derrick Rose Day. Like, yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
a thing amongst the NBA people and people in Chicago and things of that nature, but it's not a national federal holiday. So that's
yeah,
what's going on with Malcolm X right now. It's not observed by everybody, and you don't have a day off from school with it. But there are certain cities and people uh, that is like, yo, we're going to recognize Malcolm X.
that
All right.
gosh.
Well, you know who got recognized today, fellas? It's your boy. It's your boy, Donald J. Trump had his inauguration today as the 47th president of the United States. So he was 45 and 47. It is officially now new president. We are under the regime of Donald Trump.
That's your man's.
That's y'all man. That's
Donald
y'all
Man,
J.
that's
man.
your
Trump.
man's.
Donald J. Trump. Let me see what.
It's gonna take a petition for that
Yeah,
too. Oh yeah,
I
for the
think
Malcolm X holiday.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. Because in order for it to become a federal, a national holiday, you got to have a whole. That's why I say I take my hat off to Coretta Scott King. Y'all think about that type of work, boy. That woman wasn't playing about her husband. She said, "Y'all gonna recognize it to this day." That I'm glad you went into the segment because that makes me question myself. I wonder what she would say knowing that inauguration day is on his holiday. I wonder how she would feel about that.
right. Well, it just landed that way
Oh, but
this
nurse
time because
Marnice King.
you said who? Oh, his daughter.
No. I'm talking about his wife.
Marnice King,
Oh,
yeah.
his wife.
Nah, I
His,
don't care nothing about the kids. They was too
hmm.
young. I'm talking about
Did
his
Look,
she
wife.
pass?
yeah, she
Yeah,
passed
she
back
passed
in
away.
07.
That's why I said I wonder how she would feel. She passed away.
But it was like it only landed on today because okay,
Martin Luther
we're gonna talk
King
that real
was
quick.
introduced to
Oh
you
yeah,
all in grade school, and
grade
when you
school.
all got to high school was Malcolm X. I remember when my daughter Jamaica came home with Malcolm X book.
Mm-hmm. See, it
Wow. Okay.
wasn't just me
Okay.
then. It wasn't just me then.
Yeah. Like I think it just landed on inauguration day because Malcolm, well, Martin Luther King Day is on the third Monday of January. So that just happened to be the day. Like every year the date changes, but that
Mm-hmm.
day, that week, that Monday stays the same. So like last year it wasn't on the 20th. So that's why it just lined up that way.
That's
It's
so like
supposed to be
that's
the
so
third
interesting.
the third Monday of the month.
Yeah, third Monday of the month. You able to pull up that video of the pastor? He was like it was. It come to a point like cool.
Oh
You
yeah,
got the
yeah.
spotlight, right? We got to talk. We gonna talk about the whole. I should have watched the inauguration so I could have more to say on it. But apparently,
I watched it.
You watched it, so you got more to say. But it was like, first off, you got the pastor, right? And I just like I strongly dislike it when people are unoriginal. Because it's like, how you gonna take Dr. King's speech and put it in your supposedly prayer? You supposed to be praying, not reciting the whole speech, and it ain't your speech, so you can't sit up here and have all this feeling with, like, dude, somebody. And then if you see the video, everybody look at them, they got eyes closed and look like, and then there's a guy in the back like, yo, he really stealing this man's speech, like Dr. King. It's like he edited or whatever. He edited it a little bit, but I'm like, dude, that. And then it was supposed to be the black entertainers was boycotting it. It was a video on Snoop. I need to start learning how to share the screen for all of that. Just got my laptop. Side note, but yeah, Snoop. He was up there talking about which one of you coon rappers gonna sit up here and perform for the
I
inauguration,
saw that.
and then look who performs. You know, he up there performing for
I
Trump
saw
and
that.
DJ and look. But at the end of the day, this is what I said, because people was talking about that. They was up there like, yo, why they up here doing it? And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's about the money. That's what it's about. Why 50 Cent? They was like, why 50 Cent turned down to perform for Trump, but Rick Ross, Soldier Boy, and Rod Wave didn't. Like, are they broke? I'm like, at the end of the day, it's about the money. It's business, money to be made, and then that puts another stamp on they repertoire as to what they did. They performed at an inauguration, and it only happened every 4 years. So you might as well take the money. And at the end of the day, they not paying your bills because you don't want to take it. Somebody gonna take the money, so it might as well
I'm
be
trying to
them.
pull it up right now.
But
I'm
yeah,
trying to pull up the video. It's loading slow.
you loading it, but I don't know that pastor. He should have went with a prayer, a real authentic prayer. Cause yeah, somebody should have stopped him. I'm like, yo, take this man. I was like, who's man? It's cool for the efforts. And then Chicago's very own Jamal Green. So I think that's how you say his name, Jamal. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jamal.
he I know exactly who he is. Go ahead though.
Yeah, a political figure in Chicago. He was a mayor contender. He ran for mayor, but he didn't. He was a candidate at one point. He tried to, didn't win.
I
But hey,
thought it was cool that he ran, but I knew he was gonna lose.
yeah, absolutely, he was gonna lose because he's too young. But in Chicago, is Chicago. But it's great that it give him that experience. But Jamal Green, this guy, he's something else. He had a snippet of the pastor up there, and he was like, "They always gonna find somebody to embarrass us." You able to get that video up? I think Solomon trying to get the video up, but they always gonna try to find somebody to embarrass us. And then the video is like, you could tell the other people was thinking the same thing I'm saying. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is this Dr. King? Dr. King, he literally stealing this man's speech. This ain't a prayer. And then Jamal was like, what role was he auditioning into? Like, he recited MLK whole speech when he was supposed to be praying. There we go. Let's watch the video. A snippet. It's a snippet. So
let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill.
Look at Trump.
In Mississippi,
you see Trump face?
From every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day for all of your children. Black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual. Free at last. Free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last. If you believe what the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Come on, put your hands together and give your great God great glory. God,
did you see their faces in the background?
That's gonna be the last time
he wild for that.
That's gonna
Look,
be the last
He
time they can
wild for
hire
that.
him. That's the last time they hire him
He out of order.
to do anything.
He out of order. You know how when somebody
He
says
out of
something
order,
in
gang.
church and you like you just go tap their shoulder. It's time to go sit down.
yeah, somebody should have been
It's
like
time to
this.
go sit
And you
down.
know,
He out of
he ain't
order.
had not another black
let them
person.
have been at a Catholic church and did that. We would have. Hey,
Like, yo, go
hey,
sit down.
hey, that ain't what we call
Take the
you up
mic.
for,
Take the
man.
mic. Take the mic. Cause yeah, and then you could tell wasn't nobody on the same page with him. Cause you know it ain't the same dynamic. You know when Martin Luther King said it, they knew when to clap because the speech was over. Everybody at the up in the Oval Office or over here in Washington looking at him like, yo, and he like, come on, clap. Like,
Yeah,
no, I'm like,
I
of
was so
course.
happy you got a chance to play that. I hadn't got a chance to laugh at something like for a long
That's
time.
wild.
That was wild.
Like he was in it, but dude, and then he was like, he turned it off. Right. That's how I felt. I'm like, yo, I know he. And then I'm looking on the shade room or something like that. It was something, and they was like, I know this ain't what I know. He ain't doing what I think he doing. They always gonna find somebody. They gonna find somebody.
It almost made the prayer just so illegitimate. Like you supposed to be
Yeah.
up there praying, gang. You know,
It
and it's like if you
was. It was.
if you
They
have
should
to
have.
first off,
Yeah.
if you have to rehearse a prayer that hard, it ain't even a prayer no more, bro.
No, it was. I ain't feel not a. I ain't feel not a bit.
That
Not a
mean you was
bit of it.
rehearsing it, and your circle was geeking you up, talking about, yeah, that sound real good. You should do that. No, you
Who
shouldn't. I
is
would have
that?
been the person like, don't do that. That's gonna be the end of your whole career. Whatever you doing, they never
Nah, he
gonna
was
invite
trying to
you
get
back
that
again.
bag.
I
He
bet
was
you
trying
ain't
to
gonna
get
get
that
no
bag.
more.
That was. He was trying to get that
Yeah.
bag.
Absolutely. And then I think it was what was it on Black Millionaires Instagram post. It was like, I know you lying. Past that Donald Trump's inaugural event says the prayer used in popular lines from Martin Luther King Jr. on Martin Luther King
But I
Jr.
know
Day.
you lying.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, man, this dude, unoriginal. I ain't even trying to go to his church. I'm not trying to. He probably got prayer line. He got the prayer already pulled up, and it ain't a prayer from out the Bible.
Nah,
Well, all I'm gonna say is, that's y'all boy. He up there now.
now let me say this real quick before you even go in on that. I ain't worried about it. I said this before and I said it again when we was dealing with election night. First off, let's be real. It's gonna affect us in a few ways. That's true. But time has shown us a lot of things as a nation of people and people who trying to get through. We got to get in and we got to get what we need. So I'm not worried. I ain't losing no sleep. It's another transfer of power. There's gonna be many more transfers of power. But what will not keep happening is every time transfer of power happening, we missing out on the money train. We missing out on the resources and the
Mm-hmm.
valuable things that's gonna get our generations, our children in better positions. So they could have put Blues Clues up there for all I care. It ain't gonna matter to me. It ain't gonna matter to me. You can't control me by who you put in the big old house. That's not gonna happen. What I'm gonna do is take control of my life and understand that I got an opportunity to be better every day if I choose to. And if I see
Israel,
different
stop sending me
opportunities coming
these
up, I'm grabbing.
things.
So hey, Trump is in here now. Like he said, it's a whole new regime. Let's see what happens.
And then another thing, y'all boy, Big Elon, he up there doing the whole Nazi symbol over there. Man, I got to learn how to share this video. I sent it, but
It should say. Do it say present?
yeah, but I don't know how to do it yet. I got some
So
research to do.
you press present, and then you press where it say share screen, and then you just click on the tab that you got up on your laptop.
I gotta find it. But
Okay.
it was now I gotta find out how to get that what I'm looking at on my phone onto the laptop. But it was
Okay.
a video. I guess Big Elon, he was at the inauguration and he up there doing the Nazi sign. He was like, "Oh, you got something with my heart," and then he just throw it, and then do like the whole Nazi sign, but it was like some quick, like he threw it
Elon
into
is
the
a troll.
man, like he
Troll.
threw it into the audience. But I'm like, what? And somebody had to replay it because I was up there looking at, that's all was on the internet, the inauguration, and then stuff about TikTok. So yeah,
I
it's
think
crazy out here.
Elon is trolling, bro.
Elon trolling, and somebody was like, "Yo, he out here doing a Nazi symbol on in America face." And I'm like, "Of course he gonna do that. He ain't from America. Like he gonna disrespect America, cause he ain't from America. He ain't born here. He just live here."
Hey, y'all
Troll.
funny. Well,
He trolling.
I'm just gonna wrap this up because we are, we trying to get our time right.
Oh
So,
yeah. It's about that time.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I did watch the inauguration. Nothing too crazy happened to me as I watched everything go down. He had a decent speech. He continued to, of course, say what he did and didn't say on the campaign trail that a lot of them were trying to, basically say that he did do. So he was kind of clearing his name a little bit in his speech, but he also said, it's time to go to work. He did talk to the governor of Texas that was in attendance at the inauguration. He said he's going to get to work on that wall. So today he didn't act the fool. I would grade his speech today out of scale out of 1 to 5. I'll give it like a 3.54. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. All right, fellas. Y'all know what time it is. What Chris Brown said, you already know what time it is. All right. It's my favorite segment, which is called Ask the Pharaohs.
Ask the Pharaohs. Where you come to us with your questions, comments, concerns, ask us questions about the podcast, questions about different topics, or questions about what?
So I'm gonna let the prophet Timothy get his question together because I know he had one for us.
Mic check.
We can hear you, can't see you. Okay. All right, family. So this question. Now it wasn't more of a question. It was a question, but I want to hear y'all thoughts on this. Okay. So Samira, of course, one of our listeners at the podcast, wanted to say, so she gave a scenario. Her and her boyfriend, they exchanged gifts for Christmas this past Christmas. And she said she had bought a couple of items that were kind of expensive for her boyfriend, and her boyfriend bought her like 3 sweaters and some expensive perfume. She was saying that was the only thing that was very expensive.
This dude does not like her. Why are you buying this girl sweaters? Why are you buying this girl sweaters? What a question that came.
So the question is, she felt as though that she was being selfish. So is she being selfish or self-centered about the money, how much she paid for her gifts?
Is she selfish about how much she paid for the gifts?
How much he paid, yeah, because she's comparing the price of what she bought and what he bought.
Nah, but he could have bought more. See, this what I just came up with, right? my next little boo thing, my next girlfriend or something like that, I'm gonna just buy her the Amazon cart. I know what she want. Then just send me your Amazon list, cause I know what you want is gonna be on the list. Okay, that's how you do that. Just buy the cart. I made another video. Buy the cart. Okay, it's been there all year. It's stacking up. Maybe you bought stuff out of it. Maybe you didn't. But buy the Amazon cart or buy the Sheen cart. You know what she want. Then you buying this girl sweaters, ugly sweaters for a party you ain't gonna go to. And then what else? Some expensive perfume. So she getting the
She was
ugly
like, that was the
sweaters.
only thing that was expensive to her. She felt like she paid more than that.
I'm sure she did. Cause what she buy him?
She bought him something. It was some expensive stuff too, I guess
Yeah,
she
yeah.
said.
No, that boy does not like her. Or he broke. Okay. Cause I mean it ain't always easy to pick out what your girl want. Unless she tell you. When she tell you, that's what you buy. But if you don't know, if you broke, you just broke. If you gotta explain it a different way. Why she ain't getting nothing better? If he don't have a good excuse, he don't like that girl for real. I mean, mine will tell me what they want. I might tell them no at first if they ain't got it, but then they'll get it. But buy the cart. That's what you got to do. Buy the cart. But no, no, you're not wrong. He either broke, he ain't got the money, or he don't like you. That's it.
Luke, is she wrong for feeling that he should have kind of, balled out a little bit for Christmas?
He should have been stacking up.
Oh my God, Israel, crazy, y'all. Oh my gosh, my bad. Oh my gosh, Israel, I don't know what the hell you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. I disagree with Israel so much. Okay, I can't agree with you on this one, bro. All right, I don't think he wrong for getting that. First off, let's talk about perfume. Okay, that ain't no joke. When you're dealing with a woman's smell, that tell women care a lot about things like that because it lets you know. A lot of times it lets you know their type of hygiene and how they move. So when a woman smells good, that's one of the first things that's attractive. So if he put a lot of money and he literally just got you that perfume and it's an expensive, high quality perfume, hats off. That stuff not cheap.
I want to
Okay?
know what type of perfume it was.
It's not cheap. He said it's expensive. Most
Yeah, it was expensive.
What's expensive?
Even the lower
Expensive.
quality.
She said it was expensive. She said
Right.
that was the only thing she really
How much
looked
is
at like it was a
expensive?
good gift.
Right.
How
So
much
okay.
is
So
expensive?
if he
need to
hit
know.
her with that, right, and then he hit her with like 2 or 3 sweaters, you know what I'm saying, to put a little bit of that perfume on top of, you feel me? I don't really see what he did wrong. I mean, the art.
You don't like that girl either.
When you dealing, okay, this is why I can't agree with Israel. When you're comparing, you're stealing away joy, especially when you're dealing with somebody you're in a relationship with. When you begin to compare, you're gonna steal away the joy that comes with it. Now, if you, like Israel said, unless you gave him this is what I want, and then he literally did the opposite, I really don't see what is it to be upset about. Because what we usually do is
He did give her what she did give him a list.
And he didn't get nothing on the list?
No. Besides the perfume.
He don't like that girl. Perfume.
The perfume was on the list?
Yeah.
Then he good.
He don't like that girl. He don't like that girl.
No, that don't mean he don't like her.
He don't like her that much.
Bro, no. That could bro, no. If he didn't, now let me tell you how I would feel like if he didn't like her. He ain't get her diddly squat. And she still gave him a list, you don't like her. Now, if she said, look, this is what I want, this a list. And he said, because we men, we got to think about it. Money, first off, I don't know where all this money coming off trees Israel got from. I'm trying to find that money. Okay. But you gotta think about to yourself, okay, if this is the person that I'm in a relationship with, and they're showing me what they want, they give me this list. If I get something off of this list, and then maybe I can't get everything, but I can go add a little something that's a little bit more affordable to add to one of these things. That level of thinking, we just talked about this on a few podcasts before. Men don't do it that often. That's why we don't always get it right. We don't go that deep into thinking about gifts and stuff. We usually just rather you take the money. If you're getting gifts for the kids, here you go, how much it costs.
Right.
We're focusing on making the money so that we can continually give it to you. So if he did take time to try to find it and do the best that he can do, I wouldn't be upset with that, man. That may have been the best he can do at the time. But if
Sweaters, though.
If he's still a
Sweaters.
decent man, he treats you right. You feel me? I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't even compare y'all gifts because
We ain't comparing gifts. You ain't got to compare the gifts, but just it's like that's all you thought of, sweaters and perfume. Out of everything on the list, sweaters and perfume. If she gave him a list, sweaters and perfume. We ain't even talking about the money, the dollar amount. But
What
you get this girl sweaters
so what
and
you would
perfume.
have got, Israel? What you gonna get?
Man, what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna buy the cart. What you talking about? I'm
If
buying
the
the
cart got
cart.
perfume in it, bro. Let's
We
say the
getting
cart
the
had an
perfume.
expensive perfume in it. You gonna buy the perfume, right?
Yeah.
You still in the same situation now. So it don't change nothing. This is why I say,
I'm not just buying 2 sweaters and some perfume, though.
man, what if that's all you can get at the time?
Look.
The
Well,
perfume
I
could
would
have
have bought
cost him
everything else
$200-$300.
earlier. I would have bought the other stuff earlier. See, you got a
Yeah, I get
plan.
you on
They
that.
pitch poor planning right here. If you know Christmas in December, you need to start talking in October, or you need to start talking early October for Black Friday, because that's when you really supposed to start a shop. Well, Black Friday in November, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to October. You start talking about Christmas and planning for Black Friday shopping or Cyber Monday or whatever. Like they did piss poor planning, bad planning.
How much
That's
was you
it.
gonna spend, Israel? How much would you spend?
I don't put a dollar amount on it. It's just what you want. If I could get it, boom. Okay, so it
He
ain't like
got what she want. He got her the perfume. It was
she ain't
He
want
did
them
get her
sweaters though.
perfume.
She ain't want them sweaters. He could have bought 2 other things, but some sweaters, bro. No, he could have bought her some shoes. Could have bought her a jacket, a necklace, a bracelet, Pandora, or something. I ain't even talking money here. We're talking about the aesthetics of whatever else she wanted. He could have bought a date somewhere, sipping wine and sip, paint sip, all of that. But sweaters, bro, sweaters is something you buy on a Tuesday. Okay, you don't buy that for no. You don't buy that for no Christmas gift.
Well,
Bro,
in his defense, fellas, she actually did wear the sweater. So
exactly, and she liked the
she had the
sweater.
sweater on when she was complaining about the gifts. She had it on.
But
See, I
that's
got
all
my-
she got
I
to
his
show.
back.
2 sweaters. What'd you get? Oh, I got a sweater. I can only wear one today and one tomorrow, but I can wear the
It was
perfume
3.
every
It
day.
was three
Oh,
days.
it
It
was
was
3.
3 sweaters.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. See, if you bought a variety of gifts, she could be like, yeah, he bought me the sweater. I got my trench coat, my high heels. I got Pandora. You know, we ain't talking about money dollar amount here because it don't cost that much. But still, it's like she probably talking about the quantity because she probably bought him more. You know, but still,
That's what you would have got, Israel. All right.
I would have bought something. Shorty say she wanted. What she say? Oh snap! I call her my what she want. She get what she want. What you talking about?
I would have just skipped Christmas altogether and told her not to buy me nothing. Then we would have just eliminated this whole conversation.
I don't be caring.
Don't buy me nothing. I don't want nothing for Christmas. So then you don't want nothing for Christmas. That takes all of the stress and all that away from the situation. Okay.
There are
It took all that.
justifications for no gifts.
Hold on, wait a minute. We got the
Next
prophet.
question.
Hold on, wait.
Next
We got
question.
the prophet that popped up on us.
Which one?
What's
good?
going on?
What's going
Gentlemen, how y'all feel?
Pretty
Good.
bro.
What you got for us, Prophet? We good. How you feeling?
Everything good. I agree.
Which
You agree
part?
with which part?
Can you hear us?
That,
Which part you say you?
that's it.
I know you was talking about coming on the show a couple weeks ago. I know you had to work. So what today's topics or anything that you think about, right? That's just to talk about or to ask us, because we talk about a lot of things. For our listeners, the ones who are not seeing us right now, this is one of the prophets, the prophet Timothy, part of the Coptic nation. And of course, we're going to continue to push the Coptic faith on this channel. This is for us, by us.
Everything good. I was just piggybacking off what you said earlier, and that's what I said in the comments. We ain't, just buying the Amazon gift card or whatever. We got so many gift cards out here. Just get you one, put some money on it, give it to them. That's it.
I like that too. That take a lot of the stress away.
Yeah, I've been working. I've been working and stuff like that.
Say, isn't it a thought that really counts? Is it really about the money that is spent on the gift? Exactly.
Look, I ain't say nothing about the money. I was talking about the quantity. But money is
Mhm.
still.
You said the daggone sweaters was cheap, Israel.
Yeah, but still, sweaters, bro. What I tell you, sweaters is like what you buy on a Tuesday. You don't buy no girl no
But
sweaters
if he
for
bought,
Christmas.
but he
You
bought
buy
3 of
sweaters
them.
for your little one, man. You buy sweaters for your children or something. You don't buy that. Yeah, it's the thought, but think better. Not no sweaters.
I mean, I don't mind no sweater. I don't mind a sweater. Like, if it was just that, I don't mind that.
Yeah, because you a guy. You don't mind. But girls, they picky. That's why she brought it up, because she minds. I'm not
Man,
buying a
look,
girl that sweater.
I'm not celebrating Christmas. How about that? We can just
I ain't-
eliminate the whole conversation right there.
There we
Instead of
go.
us getting gifts, how about you not do none of that?
I'll put
How
it to
about you not do
somewhere
none of that?
useful.
Prophet, how do you feel about the whole Martin Luther King and Malcolm X topic we had today?
I think he delayed.
But they say it's a thought that counts. They say it's a thought that counts.
Yeah, it must be on the delay. Yeah.
No, they take it to a whole different level.
But what about the whole Malcolm X and Martin Luther King conversation we was having earlier?
Can y'all hear me? It seems like we're getting feedback.
Yeah, we hear him, but I think it's a delay. So
It might be on the delay.
Yeah, you probably catching what we saying like a minute or two after we say it.
Like I said, I think we should have a Malcolm X Day. That should be something that's implemented because we do have MLK. He has done marvelous things. Miss Coretta has done a lot of things as well with him. Yeah, I'm on delay. So I'm all for Malcolm X holiday. I feel like yeah, I'm on delay. It's not catching up. But
Okay.
Doing the Malcolm X movie, and they redid the movie. I think it's a play, but also he had more speeches. Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So yeah, I'm all for a holiday like that. I think we should have a petition and see can we get that implemented. Because look what happened with Juneteenth. Uh, Many didn't know what Juneteenth was until somebody had looked it up in the history book,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden I think what 5 years ago Juneteenth happened because of what people have done. So we can do something like that if we want to. It's all about mental state and how everybody come together.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you. I think in order to organize something like that, the people got to come together. And usually, what makes these days big is how we able to really financially come together. Because most of these holidays are built upon financial upcomings for the small businesses in the area. That's the whole purpose of holidays or celebrating certain things. You have to be able to come together as a community and financially benefit from it. You know, it's a way to get people outside. It's a way to get people spending money to stimulate the market. So I think that'd be a great way. You got to think about it. It's a lot of things we need stimulated in the market. And if we always talk about it, we got to be able to invest in each other first. So having days like Malcolm X Day is a day of commerce because he was big on financial literacy for Black people. He was big on us being able to support ourselves, live for ourselves, by ourselves, and support one another. That's when that's when you find ways in order to keep that dream alive. But it has to be something financial for the people, the Black people, to benefit, because in those things is where you can get traditions to be birthed out of. It got to be more than just, I know about them. It got to be like, look, we looking forward to this day coming. We coming out with the trucks. We coming out with the food trucks. We coming out with the bouncy houses. Hire the DJs. Bring out the children. Bring out the face paint and bring out whatever it takes in order to celebrate. Bring out the music. Bring out the drums. Bring out the dancers, the African dancers. Whatever you got to do. Like you said, if people come together, you can really start something, and then later on, and as years go down, it kind of spreads into it. So I agree with you on that.
Well,
But
Prophet, we thank you for coming in and
no problem.
tuning in with us for sure.
I always say what I do. I'm always gonna do something. That's what Prophet Second John always instilled in me. Mean what you say. Be a man in your word. That's it.
Facts.
Well, thank you, brother. I'm gonna let you go before we get out of here. Thank you so much for joining in and tuning in with us.
No problem.
Okay. All right, fellas. Got one more thing. Oh, snap. I got one more thing to show us. Y'all ready? I want y'all to see the impact. This is the impact of the single mother syndrome. I know I got to rile us up before we go. Got to rile us up one time. It's one of them type of videos, y'all.
Oh my
It's
God.
one of them. It's one of them videos, y'all. You could just tell. Look, you just tell just by what she got on.
She marketing. Let's play the video, Solomon.
It's statistically a fact. Single mothers, we produce the worst product, right? Part of that, when we talk about males, especially black males, we don't realize that we're programmed because if you don't understand history, you won't realize that like it starts with the female. Even when we were slaves, the idea is if you program the mind of the female slave, she will raise the offspring to continue your agenda without you having to be physically involved. She will teach her children to abide because we're the first givers of life and care when kids are small. So we train them up to be good slaves, follow these particular rules. We indoctrinate and, create certain philosophies in their mind. So by the time they're big and strong, they still following behind the same agenda that was placed into us. So when you look at males that come from single mother-headed households, if you don't get around positive male role models, you have the emotional management skills of a woman.
Break that down. Break that down.
She's talking if all of your upbringing, 17, 18 years, you've only seen a woman head the household. You've only seen how a woman problem solves. You only seen how a female, i.e. your mother, handles things. You've only seen how she deals with anger, guilt, shame, different feelings. You're only watching it from her. Now, she ain't telling you act like me, but she telling you act like me because this is programming. This is psychology.
That's Love Dorsey for you. Y'all seen her? That's Love Dorsey. She be speaking that real conversation. And that's gonna make a lot of people mad. Especially, I'm like, man, I know a lot of single moms with a couple of little babies, and I'm like, yo, I want to send it to them, but I don't want to send it to them, because then I might put a bad taste up in there. I know at least a dozen single moms that I know I could send that to. They got little ones under 10, under 3, under 5. The ones that's older, you can't help no more. But yeah, the ones that got little ones, they might be mad. But yeah, that she's speaking that real truth. It's sad. But yeah, Love Dorsey, she I think she married and she got children. She be talking that stuff. I don't know. I used to watch that stuff all the time. She talk about everything. I'm gonna check and see. What's y'all thoughts on that video?
I agree with her.
And which way?
This is why we need. Remember, Dr. Umar just said this is the weakest generation of men. And why is that? Well, because the generation before this one was a lot of single mothers.
That's crazy.
We just here to report the facts, y'all.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna go too long on that. I just agree.
Yeah, Love Dorsey, she's something else. What's your? Oh, I think is he paused? Yeah, I think Luke paused. I don't know.
Oh, dang, did he pause? I thought he was just standing like that for a minute.
Yeah, he over there stuck. But yeah, that's he ain't back in yet. Yeah, that's how people they be stuck, man. And that's how some people be stuck in their ways. And I know some single women that have done certain things and they got little boys, and the boys doing the same thing that the mama doing, because that's what he see mama doing. That's what he hear mama say. So he say it. Mama say, I'ma say it too. That's what he do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like I say, that's the problem that we have in our culture now. Like, because of the single parents, because of the mother, because of this and that, you have to understand that, hey, emotional intelligence and growth is part of human development, child development. The way the balance of a mother and father, healthy mother and fathers, is important to the dynamic of raising a child to be its healthiest self. And if we have a woman and a man who are not trying to get themselves together, they're going to create a toxic environment for the child. And then they're going to grow up and be all messed up and can't do certain things. Yeah. That's what we're saying, Empress. Not just the young men, but the young girls too.
But the smart woman, she would. Well, I mean, everybody don't have a lot of brothers or uncles or something like that. But you know, after a while, it's like you, if you're a single mama, you should have that boy around his male counterparts or something. Where he got cousins, go around the male cousins or go around his uncles. You know, that's why. Yeah, women be like they don't need no man, but you kind of do, at least to help raise your son. You know, to teach him how to be a man. So whether that's like, hey, can you watch him or can you do something with him or you know, that's where you gotta it take a village. Where even a man should know that. You know, whether it's your like your sister, your cousin, be like, hey, auntie, hey cousin, hey little sister, let me take your little one for the weekend or for a day or something. We could go out and play, you know, or just be like, bring them over with me. Especially if they got kids too. So then they know how to be around other children instead of have the single mama and the only child syndrome. That's something too. Because them only childs be something else.
Yeah, the only child do be something else. The, the only child do be something else, but
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back.
No, right? Welcome back. I had went into the Matrix real quick. I had to find myself.
Yeah,
back.
you
hey, look,
stuck
he
with
was look.
it.
Don't he? Hey, look, don't he try? He tried to look like Morpheus right now.
You
What
want
if
the
I
red
told
pill
you?
or the blue pill? Which one would you
All
like?
right.
What if I told you that what you had saw isn't really real?
Hmm.
I wasn't about to say nothing. I wasn't gonna say nothing anyway. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but that I agree with what she was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Some stuff you can't speak on. Not you per se, but you in general. You that's watching. Especially me, you know, there's a lot of stuff I don't speak on because I'm like, I can't speak on it, you know. Yeah. We know why you can't speak on it.
I mean, for me, I can go into detail on why I think she is, but I'll make it quick. It only take 10 seconds. Because even if you, like you said, Umar said it, but you look at what we deal with right now, it is something we deal with. A lot of us are just too emotional. I'm guilty of it myself. So I daily fight that over emotional trauma of dealing with that. You know, it is a problem. I recognize it, I fight it. And I fight it by putting myself in positions that counteract that. Usually it's by taking risk. You know, it's about showing a level of accountability that some people may think is extreme, but it's not to me because it is what it is. This is what I missed out as a young man. So I have to catch up to it, but it is what it is. It plays a part into being the man. And in order to raise great men, you got to be able to deal with what comes with it because great men come with a price. The question is society willing to pay the price of it? You're dealing with the old. Everybody say they want the old school man until you actually go and get them. Then
No,
you
the
be like, I
old
can't
school
get
man
away with
used to
what I
back
used to
in.
get away with. Nope. So we got to be careful what we ask for. But
All right, fellas, before we get out of here, because Luke up here dressed up like the Matrix characters, I got a Morpheus quote right here, right? It says,
Oh,
I'll try to get my voice. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. What is real? How do you define real? You have a choice, Neo. You can take the blue pill, the story ends, you wake up in your bed and you believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
who want to find me? Who want to follow me to Zion? Who want to follow me to Zion?
All right, fellas. Family, thank you for joining us for episode 35 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. You can find me on Facebook at Cornelius Solomon Walker. You can find me on Instagram at CJWalker103. And if you want to get your book published, you can email me at cwalker1582@gmail.com. Don't forget, February 22nd, there will be a book signing with Queen Sarah and her next children's book. It's her first children's book. We got it done for her and published for her. And you can also find me at the Pharaohs Podcast at gmail.com. Israel, where can people find you?
What's good? Y'all can find me at the Pharaohs Podcast. Probably I wouldn't put that email up there. But yeah, you can find me at the Pharaohs Podcast, or you can find me on my website, jonathanjohnson61.com. Still ain't spelled my name right. It's JONATHAN.
Didn't you? My
A-N.
bad.
Come on, man. Yeah. Yeah, jonathanjohnson61.com. Go check out my book, Love Poems for the Streets, or 621 relationship tips made to make you think and converse. Perfect timing for your boo thing, your bae thing. You know, it's a nice coffee table, attention getter, real thick here, like I like my women, and real slim. I like them thick and slim.
Luke, where can people find you? And you got any news about anything, updates, or anything going on with Love Lifted Me Foundation?
Yeah, man. Not doing too much with the foundation right now. I am working with getting some of my editing good with my vlogs. But you can find me at Luke733 lead at number 9 at gmail.com. I got a few vlogs that I want to come out with. Then I also got a music project that I'm working on. I ain't really talked about it too much, so this is the first time I'm really talking about it. But I got a project that I want to release this summer, dwelling back into music. So I got a few things that I'm working on. You know, if you got some stuff you feel like you want to collab, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing, and I'm trying to meet people and really build some stuff. Also, for you know, all three of us, we have the Pharaohs Podcast, but we also got our own channels as well. So for my other channel, I'm gonna be having some interviews come up with some other people as well, trying to, you know, get to meet a few more people and get some stuff going on. So that's mainly what I got going on, fellas.
Family, you can also, if you can't come and look at us live, we also have the podcast on Spotify, and it comes out every Tuesday. Okay, so if you can't see us on YouTube on Mondays at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, we are on Spotify every Tuesday. All right, family? All right, well, with that being said, peace.
Peace.
Yeah.